Number 21. Vampire. Dracula by Bram Stoker is possibly the most well-known vampire story ever written. Stoker modeled the eerie creature after a Romanian prince named Vlad Tepes. While the stories have no substantial evidence backing them up, rumors of his unutterable sadism swirled through Europe. His violent tendencies earned him the title, Vlad the Impaler. There are a few features that every vampire shares, but there are no set limits to what this villain can accomplish. Pop culture vampires are glamorous with crystal clear skin, glossy hair, majestic clothing, and eternal riches. Drinking blood seems to be the connecting thread between generations of vampires. Number 22. Banshees. A banshee is a female ghost from the Celtic legend, which is associated with witchcraft. The term banshee refers to a lady who lives in a fairy mound, or is perhaps called a fairy woman, but her shriek is considered a portent of death in certain cultures. The scream or cry is sometimes referred to as a keowen, which translates as keening. It has been believed to be a harbinger of an impending death inside the family. Some of these banshees are said to have deep partnerships with families. Some people think that every family has had a banshee of its own. They perform heartbreaking, haunting tunes tinged with compassion and care for the family they are singing for. As frightening as they seem, banshees are essentially kind people who just wish to assist families in preparing for the loss of a close family member. Number 23. Cerberus. Known as Cerberus in Greek mythology, this creature is a three-headed dog who guards the gate to the grim underworld. It is where only the dead are permitted to enter, while nobody is allowed to depart. Cerberus also possesses a serpentine tail, a snake mane, and lion-like claws. The three heads are intended to represent the past, present, and future. They also represent the stages of life, such as birth, adolescence, then old age. As recounted by several sources, Cerberus had lethal breath, poisonous saliva, and with razor-sharp teeth. However, contradicting accounts from Hesiod, who was also the first to identify the underworld dog, and Pindar claims Cerberus had 50 to 100 heads. Number 24. Cyclopes. One-eyed creatures cyclops are well known, but what is the accurate tale behind them? As depicted in Theogony by Hesiod, Uranus and Gaia conceived three cyclopes, Steropes, Brontes, and Argesh. These skilled cyclopes furnished Zeus' thunderbolt, Poseidon's trident, and Hades' invisibility helmet, all made by these three blacksmiths. It was with these weapons that the Titans were defeated. On the other hand, most people have never heard of Hesiod's amiable Cyclopes. The Cyclopes of Homer's epic, the much more known of which would be Polyphemus, who tried to consume Odysseus and his crew, have become much more well known than any of Homer's other creatures. Number 25. Harpies. According to Roman and Greek mythology, the Harpies are half-bird, half-woman monsters representing storm winds. These creatures feature the pale complexion of a maiden and long claws, which makes sense considering that their name translates literally as fast robbers or snatchers. Even while harpies weren't shown initially as grotesque or menacing, they came to be portrayed as such over time. The first depiction of these creatures as vile and treacherous appears in the story of Jason and his Argonauts in Greek mythology. In Dante's Inferno, he invented his own rendition of these harpies. People who've already tried or committed suicide are claimed to be turned into prickly trees and sent into the seventh hell, where these harpies fed them.